So The Tribe is an Amazon Prime reality show produced by Karan Johar, and I'm going to be reviewing the show today just to give my thoughts on the first episode of the show. I'm a little late to the party. It came out last year, but it just popped up on my homepage, and I was like, why not? So just the premise of the show, it's a very Kardashian-esque show, I guess, like Desi version. It's like these bunch of influencer girls that are living in like a content house in LA, creating content, living this glamorous life, chasing fame, that sort of thing, and trying to, I guess, hustle. Very, very Kardashian-esque with a lot less butt. No, honestly, the same amount of butts, a lot less butt filler. Now, is this the kind of show I'd normally watch? Yes. Unfortunately, the answer is yes. There's nothing I like more than torturing myself with these reality shows that I know are going to be terrible. So I would consider it hate watching, I guess. I do a lot of that. And it's kind of becoming a problem at this point because there are actual good shows out there that get recommended to me by friends or family. And I tell them, yes, I'm definitely going to get to that. But I'm not able to because I'm too busy watching shows like Moving In with Malaika. Like, I was actually sad when Moving In with Malaika didn't get renewed for season 2, which is extremely embarrassing to admit. So I don't know why I'm saying this on camera. So let me take this opportunity to also issue an apology to all of you who suggested shows like Dexter and Suits and all these actual good shows. And I'm sorry, I won't be able to get to those shows. And it's sad that this is the condition that is reached, but here we are. There are also shows that I've sat down to watch, bad shows. Not bad, just bad. And I'm fully committed to hating it. I know I'm gonna hate this show. But somehow halfway through the show, I'll realize, okay, this isn't that bad. And that kind of becomes like a win-win situation for me because then I don't have to sit through the rest of the show like this. That happens very, very rarely. Like, most of the times my intuition is pretty good. Like, I know when a show is going to be bad. So yeah, so with the show The Tribe, I want to go into this show with an open mind. No, scratch that. I'm going to go in as a hater, but I'm going to give the show the chance to change my mind. And I think that's a pretty good way to go into it. And who knows, I might even end up liking it. Maybe. So with that being said, let's get into episode 1 of The Tribe. We're already off to a terrible start. Right off the bat, if you want me to take the show even remotely seriously, maybe let's not have Karan Johar's production house be the first thing we see in big bold letters across the screen. Like, I get producer credits need to be given and stuff, but maybe, I don't know, don't scream that shit in my face. Like, shrink the font size down. You're not making a good first impression. So then they start off by introducing the influencers. This is the Kardashians 101. You're telling me that's not Kylie Jenner. Look at this. This first girl is Alana.
Hi, my name's Alana.
She's the founder of Collab Tribe. Collab Tribe being the content house that they are going to be creating together. She's an influencer in real life as well. She has this really color coordinated Instagram page. She's one of those. And they have the shot of her setting up the camera right before she starts speaking. Now, I guess it's supposed to make the show seem more personal and raw, which would have worked on anyone else, but this girl is rich, okay? Like, rich. Like, one servant holding the camera, one servant pressing the record button level of rich. So it's just kind of hard for me to buy.
And start my company Collab Tribe. We will bring other Indian talent overseas.
Founded Collab Tribe to bring other Indian talent overseas. Talent is a bit of a stretch here, but okay.
We wanted to be this unstoppable force. These stunning girls with stunning social media accounts.
We wanted to be this unstoppable force. Zoom, boom, ass shot. Now this right here is actually brilliant, powerful storytelling in my opinion, because this shot alone is actually going to sum up the entire show pretty well. So then they go on to introduce the other 3 girls.
We recruited Ariana Gandhi, a singer from Powai with grande dreams.
Ariana Gandhi. So throughout the show, you'll see they keep making comparisons between her and Ariana Grande, okay? Just because of the similarity of their names, and I guess the fact that they're both singers. It's just a little in your face, I guess, like the whole Ariana Gandhi. I mean, it feels like they almost picked her on purpose just because of the name. But who knows, maybe she has the same amount of talent as Ariana Grande. The next girl is Shrishti Pore.
Shrishti Pore, who loves fashion and a life filter-free.
Now, the usage of the phrase filter-free to describe any of these girls is, in my opinion, laughable because filter-free is a little, the writers were having fun with that one.
Oh my god, I sounded like one of those Kardashians.
At least she's self-aware. I like that. And there are moments throughout this episode where Shrishti seems to be the only one with any ounce of self-awareness.
And Alvia Jaffrey, who could have been a Bollywood star, but it cramps her style.
Hard cope in my opinion. I was like saying, yeah man, I could have been like a heart surgeon or something, but just not my thing. What do you mean it cramps your style? Then they introduce the co-founder of Collab Tribe, Hardik Zaveri. I think he's the investor and he seems to be the guy who handles like the onboarding, the brand collabs and stuff. Like the business side of things. Hardik references the TV series Entourage.
I've grown up seeing this show called Entourage.
And how the show was the inspiration behind him creating Collab Tribe. Now, I've never seen Entourage personally because I'm too busy watching shows like Moving In with Malaika. But I'm willing to bet that these shows have nothing in common except that they're both based out of LA. But then again, anything that the West does, Bollywood loves to do 10 years later. So I could be completely wrong. Ivor is Alana's husband, white guy. You can already tell that Ivor really knows how to be there for his fiance, you know?
I have really bad anxiety right now. Close to having a meltdown. I'm just keeping it together.
Don't have a meltdown.
Very helpful, dude. Thanks. Alana is so worried about the wedding coming across as superficial. Like she's trying to make it seem genuine and that she really loves him and she's trying to convince us.
I don't think that our first wedding post can be an ad. We are actually getting married. I love him.
I mean, you gotta admire that, you gotta respect that. Except, literally 5 seconds later,
It's hard to say no to the money.
I'm not even kidding, the gap between these clips is 5 seconds. Falls under zero pressure.
You think we're the first couple ever to try to make money off of our wedding?
No. People are making money off of taking a shit. Like, people have found a way to monetize everything. You're not the first couple. The title card 4 minutes into the show is criminal. Dramatic Productions, right on the top you'll want to put, but you'll put the title card 4 minutes into the show. Okay.
It's a huge opportunity for us to grow on social media, but also to make money in terms of brand deals. It's one of the biggest times in a creator's life. That's at least how I view it. I don't think everyone views their wedding like that.
Poor guy, he's terrified of what he's hearing right now. That laugh right there is a cry for help. He's glancing like frantically around at the producer. He's like, help me.
I see it as a potential to make some money.
Then we have Alana stressing out about her wedding, and like rightfully so, okay, like it's a big day and weddings can be very stressful, okay, like so much could go wrong. You know, like what are some of the things that could go wrong? The caterers could have the wrong kind of food delivered. You don't have enough food to feed the people. You don't, I think all of my concerns are food related, but I guess, I mean, there are other concerns as well, like your dress not arriving on time, tripping and falling as you walk down the aisle. Stuff like that. Like, there's so much that could go wrong, right, on a wedding. And you're bound to get like a little jittery about that kind of stuff, like especially like leading up to the date, like there's 5 days remaining here. So she's rightfully stressed. Now let's see what she's stressed about.
I have this vision of me walking down the aisle, and my biggest fear is one of our camera team, 10 people we've hired, coming in one of my shots.
How are these real problems? Your biggest fear on your wedding is some camera guy photobombing you. First of all, these guys are pros, okay? They've probably done like 1,000 weddings before yours, okay? They know how not to be in the most important shot of your life. They probably know to stay out of frame. But on the other hand, if you hire like 50 people to shoot your wedding, one of them will probably get into your shot, okay? You just gotta deal with it. And like Photoshop, bro. Just Photoshop them out of it. What are we crying about? There are wars going on.
Imagine my
You'll get your perfect
I post my
wedding
wedding thing, and
fit
there's like a
photo.
camera guy in the background, like trying to film like our YouTube thing.
He's like, is anyone hearing this? Is anyone hearing this shit right now? The shit that's coming out of her mouth. It's just me.
It's not hit me yet. I can't believe this is happening.
Am I gonna cry when you walk down
Are
the
you?
aisle?
Notice how he didn't mention tears of happiness. These are cries for help. They're subtle, but they're there. And at the end of this very, I guess, vulnerable or very like wholesome scene between these guys, they decide to close the scene off by, you guessed it, having a random dog bark in our face.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Hi, I'm Alvia. My granddad was an actor, my dad's an actor, and my brother is now an actor.
And you still couldn't make it into the industry. To have those many connections, okay, and still not be able to make it. Like at this point, I'd have more respect for her if she was just like my dad, my brother, and my grandpa all in the industry. I've been handed this opportunity on a silver plate, and I'm going to take it. But I'm going to prove to y'all with my talent that I deserve to be over here. You know, I would appreciate the kind of like honesty instead of being like, it cramps my style. And then she proceeds to say that she wants to go into fashion instead, which okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I can't hate on everything. She also mentioned that they moved into a new house because, and this is just to give you a little taste of the privilege that I'm talking about. In her own words, she says that they moved from Lokhandwala to Bandra because Lokhandwala is so not it.
I don't want to live in Lokhandwala anymore. It's not it.
She talks about how she's like, how they're a very close family. And then she says she's much closer to her siblings than she is to her parents.
I would say my siblings and I are much closer.
2 seconds later, this is her brother.
Okay, when are you leaving?
This is comedy, dude. You can't make this shit up. Like, I love my brother so much. We're so close. And he's like, ayo, when you getting the fuck out of here? Okay, to be honest, this is kind of just how siblings interact with one another. I'll give them a pass for this one. This is actually pretty realistic. So if you ever begin to think that reality shows are unscripted, a clip like this should clear all your doubts, okay?
So where are you going to collab? Tribe?
You see this happen all the time, in especially in reality TV, okay? Like a kid gets approached for like a show and the parents are just in it for the ride. You know they're getting a shit ton of money or their kid's going to make a shit ton of money out of this. They have no clue what's going on, but they're like, yeah, let's do this. And because they don't really grasp the concept of the show, the producers have to kind of prompt them with what to say just to kind of push the plot forward. So I'm just picturing a producer over here going like, psst, mom, ask her about collab tribe. And that is how we end up with clips like this.
So where are you going to collab? Tribe?
Like I feel bad for the mom, dude. Like क्या बोला था आप कहाँ जा रहे हो? कोलाबा ट्रिप. मम्मी नहीं वो कोलाब ट्राइब है मम्मी. Mummy, influencer house. Like, how the fuck is the mom supposed to know? This is probably the only relatable thing I've seen on this episode. Alavia is talking about how she's going to go to LA and build a career there.
I'll go to LA so I can start earning money there, and then I want to start working with brands over there.
Her brother then says this.
For mainly influencer stuff.
And then turns to look directly at their dad. And if that's not the most sibling shit I've seen in my life, blatant आग लगावें.
मतलब ये इन्फ्लुएंसर ना कोई भी लुक खा के इन्फ्लुएंसर बन रहा है.
Look at him enjoying this. He's so happy that his dad took the bait.
I don't think you understand. You don't utilize your Instagram enough.
I am just looking.
Again, shamelessly laughing, like he knows he's created this mess. So then Alavia and her dad start arguing about the rise of influencers for some reason. Again, pretty relatable actually, like these random conversations just happen to come up over lunch. So yeah, she and her dad are arguing about influencers and he's against it, she's for it. Very typical case, I guess, of generational gap. Even barring the age gap and everything, very stupid argument coming from the dad. Sorry to break it to you, buddy, but you're sitting here on this reality TV show right now and profiting off of it, making money right now, because your daughter is a literal influencer. So I don't get his argument at all here. Anyway, he also drops this banger.
The real people who are talented actors, etc., they don't have work.
Now, he could have named any other profession and I would have been maybe a little sympathetic. Like, okay, you know, doctors are literally saving lives and they're making less than influencers. I don't know if that's true, but probably, you know. Qualified engineers are finding it hard to get jobs or whatever. Like, sure, okay, kind of valid, I guess, as an argument. But actors? That's the card you decide to play. He chose the one profession that might be equally, if not more overpaid than being an influencer. Being an actor, you earn like crores and crores just for one movie, okay? I cannot sympathize with that.
Why will I not use my platform that I already have followers
प्लेटफॉर्म
on?
नंबर 4 से आने वाली गाड़ी अब प्लेटफॉर्म नंबर.
Okay, I gotta hand it to him actually for that. It's not the worst dad joke. So Alavia continues to explain to him why she wants to move to LA and why she feels like she's going to be more productive over there. And then she starts talking about them starting collab tribe. And in response, the dad hits us with another banger.
Basically, he's put 5 of us together. I don't know, Hardik's in some... I don't know what he says.
आपको हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं.
Oh my god.
Another good example of how the mom gives like no fucks at all.
What is this whole collab tribe?
It's a very good question. I don't have an answer.
Why, beta?
Poor thing, like she has no idea what's going on here. Okay, so now we've come back to Alana's house and Ivor's parents have just arrived, okay? And both parties are meeting for the first time. Both families are meeting for the first time, which is kind of a big risk considering the wedding's in like 5 days, but okay. Anyway, I'm sure everyone's going to make a good first impression. No one's going to say anything embarrassing, right?
Lana,
Yeah.
by any chance did you forget to wear your top?
Are you serious?
There's one thing about Indian parents, they don't give a shit about who's around, okay? He could have easily pulled her aside for 2 minutes before the families arrived and been like, hey, what are you wearing? Don't you think it's a little inappropriate? Maybe put on a sweater or something. No, he waited until everyone arrived, waited for everyone to sit down, waited for the chitter-chatter to die, and then he drops his big one. And I don't know who this auntie is sitting right here, but she's so quick to call him out too. No one hears it, but she shout out to this auntie.
This is the shirt.
Oh, this is not LA. It's Bandra.
Okay, Dad, shut up, okay? Like, have you seen how Bandra girls dress? This is considered a winter fit in Bandra.
It's a bralette.
A bralette. What does it say? Bra. Bras need to be covered.
The dad jokes don't stop. So parents do this thing where they randomly, and I think we all had this moment. Your parents will sometimes wake up, okay, in the middle of the year and decide that, beta, we haven't had a heart-to-heart talk in a while. And by heart-to-heart talk, they mean sit you down, handcuff you, and criticize you for every single decision you've taken in your life until then. It's not very pleasant, but it's something we all have to go through. Not even your past choices, even your future ones. They somehow already know all the wrong choices you're going to make going ahead. And Shrishti's mom, unlike Alavia's mom, gives a fuck. So she is going in on her.
बाबा रोज विचारता एक्झॅक्टली सृष्टी काय करते तुझं बिझनेस मॅनेजमेंटचं जे डिप्लोमा करते तू त्याचा अभ्यास कधी करणार आहे तू
And the way Shrishti replies to that,
But I had never seen you study यार.
It's not a lot of studies.
come on, which of us haven't used this line? अरे मम्मी क्लास एवरेज ही कम था मम्मी 20 के ऊपर किसी को नहीं आया. We've all done that. It's cool.
No, you know what happened once? How to launch a successful business was the subject, and I had a test. I've called Hardik since he does businesses. I've gotten 3 out of 20.
It's a cute story and all, but it's not one that you want to tell your parents when you're literally trying to convince them to go on a trip with this guy. Like imagine telling your parents this guy that you want to move to LA with and start your own business with got a 3 out of 20 in a business related quiz. Not the best time to bring that one up. Save that for like Thanksgiving dinner or some shit. These people, I know this family celebrates Thanksgiving. They just seem like the type that would do some really pretentious shit like that. So Shrishti's also launched her own company called Breakfast Party that sells sustainable swimwear apparently. And you can tell she's really done her market research and put a lot of thought into what her brand image should look like.
What do you think sells? Food and butts. Literally everybody's favorite food is breakfast, and I mix it with cute bums.
Okay, I'm in. Then there's also a scene where Alana and Hardik are sitting down to plan collab tribe, and Hardik is showing her some very lavish, posh 10 BHK mansion that he's found in LA. And he wants them to all live over there together and create content and stuff. So he's convincing her to kind of agree to rent out this mansion. And this is the first time that you really get a taste of Hardik's personality and, more importantly, his business skills.
He's more like spiritual. Let's just go with the flow. What are the vibes of this company?
We need to pursue fun, and I think we need to let the money follow.
Hundreds of companies he started. He always will give you this unlimited budget.
Let's just say that we now understand how he scored a 3 out of 20 on that test earlier.
I see money as this token that you need to play this game of life.
Bro, shut the fuck up. You're just saying words. I see food as this thing that you eat to survive. Like, that's not new information, dude. You need money to survive. It's surviving 101. He's just trying to get spiritual about it. It's not that deep.
I've told myself so many things in this whole journey of starting this movement.
It's not a fucking movement, just chill. It's a fucking agency.
I don't know, I'm so torn on the show because these girls have like moments like these where they're like so self-aware. They clearly know that this guy is full of shit, and yet they're somehow willing to move all the way across the world to LA with him and start a business. Make it make sense. So they move from discussing the house to talking about the prospect of another member joining.
Four's been great, but I think it's time. Maybe look at getting a fifth girl.
Ooh, exciting. So then Hardik suggests this girl, Alfia Jaffrey. All the names are so similar, dude. I'm finding it so hard to keep track of this. Anyway, he pulls up her Instagram and he shows it to Alana. And she's like, bro, is this a joke? Like, this girl has a private account. Like, God forbid. Also, that's not a private account because you can clearly see, you have to zoom for this, but you can clearly see that she has posts up on her page, okay? Like, you all had one job. Like, if you're telling us a girl has a private account, show an actual private account. Okay, wait. Yeah, he's probably like following her or something, right? If he knows her. So he would be able to view her private posts, I guess. My bad. I'll give them a pass on this. We cut to Alana's bridal shower next, and of course, everything's going so smooth.
Okay, right now I don't have my dress, I don't have my heels, and my jewelry is arriving at 2:30, which is 1 hour after the event.
Aw, I feel so bad for her. I wonder who's responsible for this mess.
I threw myself a bridal shower because I'm a control freak and I wanted to control it.
You have all the money in the world, okay? You could have hired a party planner to organize this for you. You decide to do it yourself for some reason, and then you fuck it up. Superb. The bridal shower is an all-white theme, and she's upset that Ivor is not wearing the clothes that she bought him.
This is not the look we had planned yesterday. You can't do this to me.
It's an all-white theme. He's wearing white. What are you complaining about? These rich people do. Like, Ivor, it's eggshell white theme, and what you're wearing is baking soda white. I'm starting to get pissed off at this point. Also, I think you have bigger things to worry about. At least he has clothes. Your dress hasn't even come yet, and it's your bridal shower. So then all of the guests start to arrive and immediately start shooting content or whatever for their socials. That's normal, I guess. And Pandey is here for some reason. I guess they're cousins, which I'm just finding out. Okay, so remember this girl Alfia Jaffrey from before? Hardik and Alana are sitting down, and he pulls up her Instagram, and it's a private account or whatever. So apparently they've invited her. They've never met her before. Maybe Hardik has. I'm not really sure on that. But none of the girls have met her before, and they decided to call her for this bridal shower because clearly the best place to invite this random chick for the first time is this close, intimate gathering with only friends and family. Like, for all you know, she could be a serial killer, so you're taking a big risk there calling her here. And also, even if she's not, how awkward for her to be sitting there amongst like people that all know each other, this intimate gathering, and I don't know, bro, kind of a weird place to call it, but okay.
There's a seismic shift happening in our tribe, which I haven't told you yet about.
Hardik, no one is falling for your dumb spiritual guru act, bro. Just drop it at this point and talk normally. Oh, look at me, I took 2 years of philosophy in college and now I talk like this. I hate him. Even the girls are fed up of this, by the way.
He kept saying seismic change. I didn't know what he was talking about.
In fact, they're so fed up with this bullshit that they randomly decide to just go off on his outfit, which is very funny. And I totally get also because that jacket is ass.
He's not taken it off since 4 days, you know that. How is he wearing? I don't know what. I think it's like something that's giving him like weird kind of confidence boost.
You know, I think he's in his head still in LA. Actually, no one even wears that in LA. Are you in Switzerland?
I think it's looking very try to be good to buy.
They go a little too hard, I think. So yeah, basically all they discuss throughout this bridal shower is this new girl, Alfia Jaffrey, and is she coming, is she not? And just when you think she's not going to show up, guess who walks in? Alfia freaking Jaffrey. And I love how these reality shows just dramatize everything. This scene over here, Alana simply just asks if they have like a chair for her to sit on. Like everyone's already seated, and then she walks in late and there's no chair at the table. I mean, normal thing to happen, right?
Do we have a chair?
I don't know why this is so funny for some reason, because there's fast dramatic music playing as if something very eventful is happening, and it's her just asking for a chair, and then them taking a bite out of their food for some reason. Okay, so just as I was filming the last bit, my camera died, so I'm just using my phone to film this last part, and I'm gonna leave in the little setting it up just to appear more raw and personal. So Alfia, the new girl, just walks in. Alavia, one of the original girls in the house, immediately has an opinion.
I think she's also not like us girls in a way with our Instagram and clothes and makeup and going out.
You got all of that just from 2 seconds of her walking in. I'll tell you exactly where this is coming from actually. So the name of the new girl that walks in is Alfia, right? And this girl, Alavia. Yeah, it's not the same name, but it's close enough. And when someone with the same name walks in, and everyone knows this, okay? It's just fact of nature, okay? When two people walk in and they have the same name, there's an immediate need to prove that you're the superior one. And that's exactly what's happening here. This girl's barely been in the room 2 minutes and this girl has a whole essay on her already. It's just insecurity. She shares the same name as you. You're insecure that she might outshine you or whatever. And in her case, it's probably double pressure for her because they have very similar surnames as well. She's Alavia Jaffri and this girl is Alfia Jafferi or something like that. Like it's really similar. Like it's basically the same name.
I don't know her personally, so I can't really comment on her yet.
Exactly. Alavia, take notes. This is why I like Shrishti bro. They're all slightly crazy, but she's the most normal one out of all of them. If for some godforsaken reason I continue to watch the series, I'm going to be rooting for Shrishti. And yep, that's basically how this episode ends. So, thoughts, final thoughts. I guess, yeah, I don't think the show deserves final thoughts. I've said what I had to say. I don't know if I'm going to be watching episode 2 honestly after this, because I don't know, dude. There's just nothing to keep watching for. I mean, what am I looking forward to next? Like they're just gonna, they're all gonna move in together, and there's gonna be a little drama over there. Is it worth wasting another hour watching episode 2? It might be. It might be. I don't have anything else going on at the moment, so I might give episode 2 a shot. But right now, yeah, this is the end of episode 1. That was my review. Yeah. Yeah.